The Special Administrative Board, known as the SAB, served as the governing body of St. Louis Public Schools for 12 years, beginning in 2007 and concluding their tenure on June 30th, 2019. It was the first time in Missouri history that a Special Administrative Board had been established to govern a public school district. Rick Sullivan, Darnetta Clinkscale, Richard Gaines, and Melanie Adams. These four individuals committed to serve the children and community of St. Louis City. The SAB addressed the areas of concern that were noted in 2007 when the Transitional School District of St. Louis was reestablished. The district has been classified by the State Board of Education as fully accredited since January of 2017. The district's finances have steadily improved from a negative ending fund balance in 2010-2011 to maintaining a positive ending fund balance for the past 7 years. Student and district performance also improved. The district achieved financial stability, earned full accreditation, and stabilized its leadership. Rick Sullivan served as president and CEO of the SAB from the time he was appointed by former Governor Matt Blunt in 2007. In June 2008, Rick retired as chairman and CEO from McBride & Son Companies after a 35-year career that built McBride into the #1 home builder in the state of Missouri and one of the 20 largest privately owned home builders in the United States. Rick was the founder of Strategic Advisors, LLC, and the Senior Life Director of the National Association of Home Builders. Rick serves on the St. Louis Regional Chamber Board of Directors, the Executive Board of the Boy Scouts of America, the Board of the St. Louis Regional Convention and Sports Complex Authority. Rick served on the Board of Trustees for Rockhurst University, his alma mater. In addition, he has served on the Lindenwood University Board of Trustees, the Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital Board of Governors, the Regional Business Council Executive and Regional Governance Committees, and the Regional Commerce and Growth Association Board of Directors. Rick was the former president of the Habitat for Humanity St. Louis Board of Directors, as well as the former director of Regions Bank of St. Louis. He was a recipient of Rockhurst University's Magis Award. Richard Gaines was appointed to the SAB by Lewis Reed, the president of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen. Richard was a former member of the elected board. He is the owner of Richard K. Gaines Incorporated insurance brokerage firm, established in 1982. Richard chaired the Comprehensive Long-Range Planning Committee, which was the first strategic plan put in place by the SAB to make the improvements needed to regain full accreditation. It was the precursor to the district's current transformation plan. In late 2017, the SAB established a special committee to explore the district's future governance structure, and Richard chaired that committee. He was also the campaign chair for Proposition S, a $155 million bond measure that provided St. Louis Public Schools with funding to renovate its schools. The measure was passed by nearly 75% of city voters on August 3, 2010. He was the campaign chair for Proposition 1, a 75-cent increase in the operating tax levy to benefit St. Louis Public Schools. The measure was passed by 69% of voters on April 5, 2016. Prop 1 funds support early learning, character and alternative education, competitive salaries, and safety and security equipment and personnel. Richard worked collaboratively with Local 420 to establish the St. Louis Plan in 2009. The St. Louis Plan provides professional development for beginning teachers and an evaluation system that detects and screens out those who show little aptitude for the classroom. Additionally, experienced teachers who are severely deficient in performance receive intensive peer assistance to bring their work to acceptable standards. Richard spearheaded efforts to expand breakfast in the classroom programs at St. Louis Public Schools. He is a proud graduate of Vashon High School. Dr. Melanie Adams served as vice president of the SAB for 9 years, from the time she was appointed by Francis Slay, former mayor of St. Louis, in 2007. Dr. Adams also led the search committee for the district's superintendent, Dr. Kelvin R. Adams. She currently serves on the Council of the American Association for State and Local History, and she served as the managing director of community education and events for the Missouri History Museum for 11 years. Melanie earned her doctorate in educational leadership and policy studies from the University of Missouri St. Louis while serving on the SAB. She is the former deputy director of learning initiatives for the Minnesota Historical Society. In 2009, she was named a St. Louis NAACP 100 Community Leader, and in 2014, she was named a Royal Vagabonds Foundation Extraordinary St. Louis Trailblazer. She was also the recipient of the 2017 Focus St. Louis What's Right with the Region Award. Melanie was the former executive director of Teach for America St. Louis, as well as the past president of the Association of Midwest Museums. Beginning in August of this year, she will be the director of the Smithsonian's Anacostia Community Museum. Dr. Adams stepped down from the SAB in 2016 to accept a position out of state. Darnetta Clinkscale was appointed by former St. Louis Mayor Francis Slay to fill the seat on the SAB. Darnetta was president of the City of St. Louis Board of Education from 2003 through 2006. She served on the faculty of the Center for Reform of School Systems as a certified board member. She was also a board member and delegate of the Missouri School Boards Association. Darnetta was a Broad Fellow of the Broad Institute for School Boards, a delegate to the National School Boards Association, a member of the Council of Urban Boards of Education, and an executive board member for the Council of the Great City Schools. From 2003 through 2006, she was a member of the St. Louis Black Leadership Roundtable. She has served on the St. Louis Science Center Board of Trustees, the Missouri Botanical Gardens Board, and has earned an MBA from Lindenwood College in St. Charles. Darnetta is a registered respiratory therapist and graduated from the Northwestern University School of Respiratory Therapy. She is a former patient care director for respiratory care and rehabilitation services at Barnes Jewish Hospital, where she worked for 30-plus years. A recipient of the Leadership Award from Focus St. Louis, she has been the recipient of the Outstanding Volunteer Service Award from the Boys and Girls Clubs, the Quality of Life Award from the City of St. Louis, and the 2004 YWCA Special Leader Award. Darnetta served as member and officer of the Coro Foundation Women in Leadership Class 28, Dismantling Racism Institute No. 7, and St. Louis Community College Forest Park Advisory Committee for the School of Respiratory Care Services. Strong leadership, a common goal, hard work and determination, 12 years, and a school district back on the right track. They are pioneers.